Do you want to see it? Are you sure?
Surprise! The latest LEGO Modular building is here, and it's early, releasing apparently before Christmas this year, which is definitely going to hurt your wallet, but hey, whatever, these things happen. This absolutely spectacular new museum is a wonderful inclusion in the LEGO Modular Building lineup, and it has to be said, some people who were speculating that maybe we'd be getting half-size modular buildings were definitely wrong. Where did you get such a silly idea from? Instead, we've got a LEGO modular building that is larger than the vast majority of these sets. And it makes sense a little bit more now why Assembly Square is retiring at the end of this year, because we're getting a new 1.5 size modular building. This time around is a museum, and what a museum! First off, it looks absolutely gorgeous from the outside, just a spectacular building in its own right. But with museums, it's often the case that the stuff that's inside is just as much fun, if not hopefully better, than the stuff that's on the outside. Now, the modular buildings aren't necessarily designed for a lot of peeking in through windows. Fundamentally, they're instead designed so that you kind of look at the facades on the outside, and if you want to, you can kind of explore the inside, but it takes a little bit more work. So the LEGO designers, in making the museum, worked a little bit harder at making the space accessible and openable so that you could remove walls and really get in there to get a good look at the things that are on display. This thing feels a lot more spacious than a lot of the LEGO modular buildings, where Assembly Square has a lot of stuff crammed into that 1.5 size. This one instead luxuriates with more open spaces, as one would hope from a museum, which is not to say that it is sparse, because there are a lot of details in here, a lot of little things, exhibits and displays that are going to really tickle people. I mean, not literally, it's not like Tickle Me Elmo is on display or something. Or Mr. Tickle. Now, if you would like to know more about the process of designing this museum, we had the opportunity to interview Chris McVeigh, the designer behind the set, and that video is going to be coming a little bit later in the week, so make sure that you subscribe if you've not already done so, so that you're the first to see that when it comes out. In the meantime, though, here is a look at Chris unveiling the set to a room full of very, very eager LEGO fan media, where he pulls back the tablecloth, reveals the set, and really revels in people's excitement to see what's inside. But the little tease, he doesn't actually show the inside in this video. For that, you will have to wait for our longer interview. Here then is the unveiling of the LEGO Modular Museum to a crowd full of very excited LEGO fans.
Morning, welcome. I guess this is probably your 4th or 5th welcome. In case you don't know me, my name is Chris McVeigh, and I'm a senior designer at the LEGO Group. And I'm here today to show you, I think you all know, the 2024 modular building. Before I do the big reveal, it is the 19th modular building, and it is the first one since Assembly Square to have a 48 brick wide base. Do you want to see it? Are you sure? Here is 10326 Natural History Museum.
Oh my gosh.
So as you could probably tell from looking at it, it has 2 large floors and a roof with a study in it. It has very iconic to museums, the white columns that extend up to the pediment and frame the entrance. The roof has a little bit of a European influence to it. And we have brought in a new tree, a cherry blossom tree, which may have been slightly inspired by my work on Hamaji Castle. One of the things that you'll also notice is the 2 banners. The banners are basically kind of describing the main exhibits in the museum. So over here we have Go Back in Time, which is the paleontology exhibit. That exhibit takes up the bottom right over here of the museum. There is a bunch of small mini models inside that we think will be fun to build. And also the centerpiece really of the museum is the brick-built Brachiosaurus. And the brick-built Brachiosaurus is about this tall, and you get to see it soon. And it's so tall that its neck extends up through the floor into the 2nd level. Over here we have Explore the Future. And this is about a space exhibit that we have upstairs over here. The space exhibit is how the minifigs of the modular street look to their future and what it could be. So again, we have a number of mini models around space, which I hope you'll find interesting. And one of the focal points there is a brick-built solar system, which you may see a little bit through the window right here. Other details that are probably of interest to you, we have 2 atriums. So 2 large windows at the top that extend all the way down to the ground floor, allowing light to go through the model and illuminate the ground floor, I guess if you have some bright lights up at the top. The roof, this little crown element, is a study for the curator. This is where he writes his memoirs. So now I'll move on to the minifigures. Down here, this is the curator. And if you take a close look at him, he may seem slightly familiar to you. Besides that, we have 2 museum employees. We have a janitor who is currently washing the windows. We have 2 museum patrons, a mother and a son. We have an elderly woman out here who likes to sit and feed the birds outside the museum. And you'll notice we also have a dog. And there's a little bit of a story with the dog. I think you can see it playing out right here. So the parts are included with the modular so that you can actually position it like this if you want. It will be available in stores December 1st, 2023.
Oh.
There is no new elements, but there's a fair amount of color changes. I think the biggest amount of color changes are in olive green. So I think there's about 7 new olive green elements.
I like the little
lot going on here, as you can see.
And there you go, that's the set. Thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in the museum, definitely make sure that you subscribe and stick around for our next video where we will have a wonderful, long, detailed interview with Chris McVeigh talking through the entire process of designing a modular building in general and this modular building in specific. Make sure that in addition to subscribing and of course hitting the notification bell and giving this video a thumbs up, if you are going to be making a lego.com purchase, make sure that you use our affiliate link in the description below or the QR code that is now on screen. Genuinely makes a big difference to Brick Fanatics as it helps to support the work that we do here. Make sure that you let us know your thoughts on the museum in the comments down below, and make sure that you go to brickfanatics.com for all of your LEGO news as well as more coverage on the museum, and make sure that you sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you for watching. See you soon.